Hello everyone, this is Roll for Adventure and we're going to be starting our 31st episode. Thank you so much for keeping up so far. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out the speed arts that we've got up. So let's just jump right into the Fey realm.
Having arrived in Woodend, south of the city here, meeting Yorna's family and asking for a gathering of the elders to request permission, passage to the Fey realm. An audience was granted and you met at the Titan's Hand beneath the Grand Oak here in this druidic settlement. Made your case to the elders of this village and through persuasive means, some good rolls, you were able to win them over with relative ease, proving that your mindset was ready to take on the challenge that the Fey realm may hold. You were given rules and guidance from those that had potentially traveled here before you. A few must-knows to follow during your trip. Was then that you were, for the time being, healed of your ailments, your exhaustion being alleviated, your sense of self being returned to normal for a moment. On the evening of your travel, a grand meal was prepared, giving you benefits for the first day of your travels in the Fey realm. A meal between elders and family and this collected group before a web began to be spun between the fingers of this giant stone hand. Droplets of morning dew beginning to gather on them, and stepping up to the precipice, you could begin to see images, fractals, bursts of places within the Fey realm. A near infinite amount of locations where you could have ended up. And having fallen through, you all appeared on what seems like an infinitely high chasm. Thousands of feet down, all you can see is fog, and you're on these 10, 15 foot wide stone pillars that plummet into that abyss beneath you. You were able to begin shuffling your way across a few of these, getting the pillars to bend enough that you could glide from one to the other. And seeing these pillars as far as the eye can see in every direction, you were hopeful for an answer. You noticed a small cubby on the side of one of these pillars, and making your way down there, discovered a small, almost stone skin looking dwarven satyr type individual. His hair made of this almost iron like rope, and he was able to move with speed and strength, using tendrils of this hair as rope to pull himself up, able to carry Strider's weight in a single hand and throw him 30 feet in the air with relative ease. This creature seems to hold a little bit more power within themselves. They seemed startled and a little bit concerned by your appearance here. Gathered your group together, and said that he needed to talk. So as the three of you now stand on this rocky outcropping, thousands of feet above maybe the ground below, with this small individual who comes just past your knees, standing in front of you. Why the fuck are you all here?
So as a side note, I don't understand.
No, he is speaking Dwarven.
Okay.
Could have warned me before yanking me up. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're looking for someone.
Right?
Do you know anyone named Granny?
Can't say I do.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Uh, 18.
Doesn't seem to be lying.
First things first, we just appeared here. We walked through some sort of, I don't know, opening in the plains, I presume?
What are you, thieves? Poachers?
No, nothing like that. We're just looking at a way to get down from where we are now, because this is really high up.
What brings you to the Gloaming Paths?
Is this what this place is called?
Aye.
We just stumbled here, and we don't really know where we are.
We've been infected by a sickness, and we've heard that there's a cure somewhere in the Feywild, but we don't know where.
What about your quiet friend here?
She can't understand
She
you
doesn't
or
speak
us.
Dwarven.
Right. Get on with it then.
Do you think you can help us to the ground somehow?
How could we get down from here
Yeah,
without dying?
there is no down. There's a cross.
A cross?
How far across?
As far as it needs to be. Usually the answer.
So, is from where we're standing, the stone pillars that we were jumping along, there's just more that keep going?
To the horizon in every direction.
Okay. So we're just gonna keep going across.
We start walking.
Do you have any better techniques that might not help us fall?
Don't fall.
Yeah, fair enough. Well,
Put a little spring in your step. The rocks like that.
thanks for letting us know. It was a pleasure meeting you. I've never met someone like you before.
Never met a Corrid.
A cord? No, not at all.
We're earth folk. Live and die by the oar. You sure you're not thieves?
No.
What would we steal?
Yeah. Is he looking at me weirdly?
Can I get a persuasion check from each of you, please?
I would like to insight his demeanor. He genuinely means us no harm.
Give me an insight check.
I'm natural 20.
Persuasion, 23.
Nice.
5 on the insight.
5 on insight. Without knowing what he's saying, this just feels like any other dwarf who could be having a good day or a bad day.
Yep, fair.
How do you spell his race?
Korred.
Oh, I almost
Got it.
had it right.
Although it would be ID.
Yeah, I wrote ID.
Korred, whatever.
We're not thieves. We're just here to, and I show one of the wounds.
Sure.
And someone that we know from the, I don't know what you'll call it, mortal plane, or perhaps said that there was someone in the Feywild that could help cure it. So we're just here for that. No thieving, no sneaky business.
All right, and be on your way.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right,
Thank you for your help.
Fill me in.
Well, he's making sure that we're not here to steal, and he said there's no going down, just across. So I think we're just gonna have to keep going, and then think
How
of
far
us
the
getting
bit?
to where we need to go.
I was going to say, how far is that?
He said until we get where we're going. So I think we just continue going south, like we wanted to get to the cold.
Yorna. Can I please get a wisdom saving throw?
I have advantage because of the hero's
Yeah.
feast. Oh, shoot. It just
It
sunk
kicks in.
in what this is, and I'm like, no. 17.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't like random saving throws. They freak me out.
Actually, before we move on, may I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Do you know? I think we need to head towards where it's cold, maybe like ice and things. Do you know maybe what direction that might be?
Usually north.
That makes sense. Okay, so it's
Can I
reverse.
insight if he's telling the truth?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
I was thinking
Is
about
this
that.
upside down world? Insight. 13.
13. You were told before you left here that this realm is kind of a reflection of the material plane, and there is a frozen tundra in the north above the nation. So it would make sense that if there was going to be something in this landmass, it would be in the north.
Right.
He doesn't seem to be lying.
Then we need to go north, Yorna.
Okay.
I would like to hunter sense them, though.
Yeah. What does that give you?
Resistance, immunities, and things.
What
Yeah.
they are.
And what they are.
Resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Okay, sweet.
And we have been conversing, or you guys have been conversing for a minute, roughly. I want to use my Know Your Enemy.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
I need to just double check how much I get to know.
Pretty sure it's 2 things.
2 things. Are we fairly certain?
I mean, check it
What do you
anyway.
wanna know?
It'll tell you the specifics on what we need to do.
Because I'm just curious.
Am I able to get like a threat level while we're talking and chilling here? With the hunter sense mixing in?
Oh yeah, give me an investigation check.
Because I'm just trying to collect as many creatures as I can. That's very good. Investigation. Jesus Christ. 24.
Jesus, okay, that's very good. Looking over this creature, the more you look at it, the more concerned you get. You saw its strength before, and that was kind of the tipping point where it's like, this thing's probably packs a bit more of a punch than you'd think. Upper 2.
Upper 2. Shoot.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I would like to know, and I get to basically know if these things are equal to, superior, or inferior to my things. So I want to know how its strength score is.
Yeah.
My strength score is 18.
His is higher.
And AC, mine is 19.
Lower.
Okay. Cool. That's fun.
Well, thank
And
you
I
for
give you
helping
this
us.
information.
Do you have any advice for either of us?
Leave.
Did you write? But like also you can write if you want that its AC is definitely below 19.
I'm going to look towards
Yeah.
what I presume is north.
Yeah, his AC can't be.
And I'm going
And
to
its
treat the
strength
pillars
is
like
above
they are
18.
squares of
Okay,
hopscotch.
that's good to know.
Quickly, can you give me a survival check to see if you can figure out which way is north?
Sure.
Yeah, I
I'm
can try
good
that.
at survival.
Yeah, you can roll as well if you'd like.
Knowing that is where we want to go,
17.
can I also try and figure out which way
we can
north
make it a
is?
group check. Okay, 17.
I don't know if I'm much help, you guys.
Perception?
Survival.
Survival.
Survival. Do I have advantage per se because we're in the Fey?
No.
No,
That's an 8.
isn't that one?
Oh, okay.
It's alright, we don't know nothing.
Total of?
Sorry, what was the shit? Survival?
Yeah.
So wisdom.
Figure out where north is.
9.
9. Cool. Roll a d4 for me. Let's see what way you're going.
Oh no!
Cool.
You guys turn that into a group check.
Yeah, in the trait. 4.
4. All right. We'll find out, I guess.
It's alright, we can course correct.
All right. So you said Lily is doing what?
So she is going to, like, the card said, put a spring in my step.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to treat the pillars as if they were squares in hopscotch.
Okay. As you do that, what is... Give me a rundown in Lily's mind on how she expects that to work.
So she is going to be skipping like from one pillar to another, like with a carefree mindset.
Okay. Give me a performance check here.
I like those. Performance. 23.
23. Putting a bit of a spring in your step. Moving in the direction you assume is vaguely north. Taking a few steps on this larger pillar that you're currently on, and then the first step kind of beyond the threshold of where you're standing, kind of out over the edge. As you all watch Lily do this, kind of emptying her mind and allowing this wonderment of this place to kind of come in. As soon as she puts her weight on that foot that is over the edge, you hear this, and not the size of the pillars you're standing on, but one just big enough lands under her foot. And as she takes the next step, turning halfway to the side, another one. And as she steps another one, making her way across to the next large one that's 10 or 15 feet away, and about 10 seconds after she moves, those little ones crumble away.
Look! I'm over here now!
Fascinating.
Oh, this place sucks.
So, how did you do that? You just went for it, or?
I just treat it like hopscotch.
He's got the idea.
Alright, let me give it a go.
After you.
Oh no.
Can I get a wisdom saving throw?
No.
You will have advantage on
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
I technically have advantage on everything wisdom right now. Nat
Or
20.
nat 20.
No, 20. Okay, never mind. Continue.
I want to close my eyes.
Mhm.
I'm going to go to the very edge.
Yeah.
I close my eyes. And I'm just going to imagine I'm going on a normal walk as I would any other day.
Okay.
And forget about there being a cliff. And I'm just going to just normally walk to the next one. No jumping.
All right. You walk over to the precipice of this. Take a step. You feel your weight fall out from under you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, no!
Oh my god.
No. Dex save, 19, 20, 21.
Okay. You take a step out over the edge, expecting that pillar to come and greet you, and feel your foot just give out from underneath you and just barely manage to catch the side of the ledge and pull yourself back up.
I've said this twice now.
Strider,
This
breathe!
place sucks. And I get up.
Yeah.
You go first, Yorna.
I was going to say, I think when I saw Lily do it, she did a bit of a skip.
That's it. Yeah. I don't know, I just didn't expect we'd have to do the skip, and I just thought we could, each
Alright.
our own way.
I think I will treat this as stepping stones
Alright.
over a river. And I think back to like a river with little stepping stones in it, and skipping from one to the next as a child growing up in the druid village. And so she will imagine that river and attempt to skip across as if on stepping stones.
Okay. Begin taking that step over to the edge, kind of looking down. Go ahead and give me a performance check here.
My performance
Let's
is
go.
average. Very average.
Then roll higher than
Actually,
average.
really good if you count how good your stats are. Because 10 is average.
Yeah.
Oh, well, a little bit above average then. I don't know. Not with an 8.
Kind of take that step to the side. As you kind of get to the edge, you feel the rock beneath you kind of splintering and splitting under the weight here. You go to take that first step and you feel that nothing is coming to greet beneath you.
I halt.
It's high enough that you're able to kind of pull back, but give me an insight check.
14.
14. You get the sense that this is not a simple matter of believing you can get across. This is expecting a performance, something of interest,
All right.
a dance, a skip, a hop.
I think we need to put some pizzazz in our step. I think it's less thinking about it and
Pizzazz.
more just putting on
Doing
a
something.
fine show, crossing the chasm.
All right. Well,
And I know you. You don't seem like the performing type.
I'm gonna need some luck.
I mean, have you ever danced before, like a little country dance, or?
No, I don't even think I've skipped a rocks potentially. Let me think. So I was gonna think towards childhood. Try to think of something that maybe is like performance or funny to do.
How far is it from me to where they are?
Probably maybe 20 feet to the next
Okay.
kind of rock.
Do you need some help?
We're working on it, you know. At some point, we're gonna have to do this on our own to get to the next rock. All right.
I mean, let me ask you this. Would formal dancing have been in your repertoire?
Probably.
Probably.
All right, fine.
Yorna's your dance partner.
I'm gonna go to the front.
That's a great idea.
Oh, we go at the same time? Oh, shit.
It takes two to tango.
It does. All right, but no one at home knows about this. All right, we tango.
Yeah,
Okay.
we go for a.
Yeah.
And I think Yorna would know a little bit about like
Yeah, please
whatever
don't
you're
step on my
leading. You know, like I'm no stranger.
Well,
to,
in this
to dance.
case, I will let one of you make the roll with advantage. So you can pick whoever is potentially
He's got the
better.
better
at
performance.
I have +2 as well. What do we think?
Or you can both roll, up to you.
Do we just leave it up to both of us?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
advantage.
Isn't there more chance of an
The
that
same.
one?
Well, no, because we're rolling with advantage.
It's
Ah,
two
you
dice
both
It's just
being
one dice
rolled,
each.
Yeah.
And we have the same buff. All right, ready? Tango.
Tango. Ooh.
Cocked.
It's okay.
Tango
Mine's pretty
again.
good.
That's not bad. 11.
11.
19.
Oh, that's way better.
Nice.
19.
Hell yeah.
You kind of lock arms in a potentially like nostalgic way that you potentially neither of you have practiced for a while, but as you begin to shift out over the edge, and Yorna taking that first kind of step over the ledge in that dancing fashion, those stones reach up to just barely match where your feet are, and as you get about 10 feet from that gap, they begin to crumble down behind you.
Amazing.
Do you just continue on with this motion?
Yeah, I think so.
I swear to God, if we die while dancing, it's gonna be the dumbest thing.
I mean, I think there's worse things.
Yeah, that's very true.
Hell yeah.
How's Lily continuing to get across?
I love that. That's so cool.
I think she's gonna see this as something very fun, and so she'll start playing her lute while dancing across.
Amazing. Give me a performance check and take advantage.
Hell
Yay.
yeah.
Me? Well done. 13.
13. As you start to play your lute, and again step out over the edge, that coming up to greet you and disappearing just as fast, you all begin making your way from giant pillar to giant pillar. Can I get a group insight check, actually?
It's actually a lot nicer to dance when there's music.
Agreed. Ooh, damn.
16.
Inside check.
Yeah.
I have advantage because it's a wisdom check. Not high at all.
Dirty 20.
12.
16.
As you're making your way across from large pillar to large pillar, 20-foot gap, 30-foot gap, 50-foot gap, kind of making your way across, you begin to get a sense that these rocks that are coming to greet you are only falling because they are so flimsy at this height and width. But it lets the mind wander as to what had created the larger ones that crossed this gap, that remain because of how strong the larger stone pillars are.
I hate that.
Are there any, can I see if any of the larger ones have a certain, like, shape to its feet? Like, if it was a foot, if it was the size of 1 foot, I'm wondering.
Give me an investigation check.
A little bit of a... Nat 1 again.
Oof. Hard to tell. You can tell that they are in a bit of a pattern. Like, these are in rows or in rings, but hard to tell if they are foot-shaped.
That's creepy.
Can I, like, as we're moving, look to see if there are any similar holes that we found?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
12.
12. Looking around as you move, it doesn't take you long to start noticing every ninth or 10th pillar. Those same little pockets. 20 feet down, 80 feet down, 100 feet down, these pillars. And as you're walking across every so often, some of those appear to contain shiny geodes and ore. These precious metals and stones that are brought up with these pillars that these creatures seem to create their homes around, to protect or to admire. But there seem to be, as you're crossing, a mile of this cavern, dozens of them littering. As you're moving and playing your lute, dancing as you do for 10, 20 minutes, an hour, continuing across, partway through that journey, the sound of your music begins to reach down between the pillars and starts getting echoed back, playing back with itself, this kind of looping cacophony of almost a changing in notes that make it sound more like a full band is playing. Almost like some of these creatures are adding to the sounds that are being played here. And this whole kind of instrumental life is brought to this chasm as you're all moving across.
Guess we have to step up our dancing to match the music agree.
Yeah.
As you're continuing across, can I get another performance check from everyone, please?
Not as good.
25.
10.
That one.
Okay.
Oh,
My dance partner!
There's 3 in a row now.
sprained your ankle.
You continue on for some time, dancing for an hour, taking a break on a pillar and continuing your travel across this chasm. And you entered this realm just after the middle of the night. At this point, you've probably been here for 6 hours or so. And looking up, you would expect it to be dawn, daybreak by now. But there's just this perpetual twilight state. Like this realm is always stuck just before dawn or just after dusk, and it's hard to tell which. That kind of twilight state that's got enough light that you can comfortably see, but not so much that it is looking like it will ever be daybreak. As you continue on, it takes you a number of hours, and you are tired by the time on the horizon you can start to see a landmass creeping up from that chasm, like a vertical cliff that cuts this off in the distance. Can I get one more performance check from everyone?
I see. So this is like how long it's going to take us.
28.
Nice.
21.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm I'm doing okay. 15.
15. Moving across, becoming more comfortable in this performance, trusting the rocks beneath your feet, and kind of gliding across these chasms. You know, kind of joining the cacophony of sounds, rising up to greet you as you walk across. And after your hours of travel, finally seeing that horizon line, what looks like it will be another half a day to get there, greets you in an hour. As you move towards it, the spring in your step seems to be pulling you closer, quickening that travel. And as you stand on the last of those large pillars, you can see a forest before you, stretching out. But this is not a regular forest. Everything here is a vibrant color of crimson red.
Oh, jeez.
And the trees are not trees. Giant, 100-foot tall flower stems with petals reaching out like this. Entire forest is comprised of brilliant red flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And as you make that final step off of the gloaming paths, hearing those last few rock pillars fall behind you, landing your feet on solid soil. Flower beds of red surrounding you, surrounding this slightly beaten path in front of you. These large flowers looming overhead like they've replaced the trees. You're on solid land.
That's
Well,
a lot of
We
red.
did it!
I'm
Indeed.
exhausted. Thanks for the dance. It went
Thank
well.
you.
Didn't know you could dance so well.
Indeed, I wasn't expecting you to
I
keep up with me.
I haven't danced since maybe I was 7 or 8. It's been
I
a
mean-
while.
Mostly true for me as well. I would have stopped sometime a few years back now.
But when you get like when you have to learn how to formal dance and stuff like that and all that, you kind of get it's really taught into you, right? Like they don't want you to miss a step. So I guess it's kind of hard to forget. But at least if
The
we
rest fell off.
yeah, at least if we end up at a ball or something, we know
we're trained
we're
up.
ready. We're
We've
ready.
had our practice, many hours of it.
Oh man. Just give me a moment to write in my book real quick. I want to write down everything we find out about the Fey realm. And Strider will write like stuff about how dancing and performing interests. Almost it's almost like he was writing it for someone else to read if they ever come here. And he makes it sound like treat the Fey realm like there's like a Fey god watching you.
Like an audience.
Like, yeah, you want to please them on your travels. Because I don't think I've ever found a book that really describes anything from the Fey realm other than creatures before as often. So this is almost like if we can do it, we should.
As Strider's sitting down to document that, can I get a perception check from the other two? So you're idle.
Perception.
18.
18?
Oh. 7.
7. Okay. Looking around, your eyes still kind of finally adjusting to this kind of permanent twilight state. Now that you're in this forest of flowers, there is almost like a natural light that is being produced by the environment that makes it feel like it's early morning here. But looking back out behind you, you can still see the sky as that twilight black. And Yorna, as you're looking out over the gloaming paths, these giant rock pillars that you just made travel upon, you see maybe 80 feet away, back on one of those pillars, you can see the familiar little stone dwarven figure there, like he probably got here a few hours ago, just to see you all arrive on the other side. But looking past him, you can see on the other side of those rock pillars, there seems to be like a stone plateau. Like, looking at this in a physical manner, this is maybe only a half a day's travel across the entirety of this chasm. And yet for you guys, you could see it for days and days while you were standing on it. That stretched perspective.
Well, Can I tell what type of flowers these are?
Give me a nature check.
Don't know why Strider's asking DM, you know.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Nature. That is 12. No, sorry, 22.
22. I mean, there's all manner of red flowers that are normal size, kind of in bushels around you, but you can see these ones that are stretching up. There are giant green stems of roses that open up towards the sky. There are, a dozen different flowers, chrysanthemums that have opened up, and poppies that kind of almost like giant lily pads looking up to the sky, casting interesting shadows. Just any number of scarlet flower is growing in this place.
Interesting.
I would suggest to not pick anything yet.
No.
If you were planning on gathering materials, as I don't want to upset anything.
No, I won't pick any, let's say, unnormal flowers that we couldn't get in our plane.
Okay.
If it's one that I've seen before and know, then I'll pick it. But if it's unknown, then I'll most likely leave it. I just won't take anything that talks.
Yes, but sometimes you don't know until it's too late.
Like, you don't know if they're sleeping.
Exactly.
True. I'll, how about this? I politely ask flowers when I go up to them.
Ask the
Excuse
flower,
me,
is
may I
it-
pick you?
Exactly. I
Okay.
think that'll work fine.
I think we should keep going because we made some good time, surprisingly. Let's...
Can I look around and see if there's any, like, noticeable landmarks in this area?
Give me a perception check.
Do you know, I looked over the place we just came from. I think I can see the other side, but it doesn't feel like more than a
19.
half a day's travel.
Yeah, time's working differently for some reason.
Perspective.
Looking around, trying to see if there's any landmarks here. I mean, the kind of path in front of you is like a little bit hilly in this forest, but there seems to be very little of interest besides the rather decorative looking forest around you. Nothing that strikes you as notable.
Let's keep heading north.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if we find something that can speak, we ask it to double check we're going north. And we just maybe keep playing a loop and we just kind of have a good time going.
More enthusiasm.
We have a great time going.
Well, I mean, so
You're getting
far,
there.
the trip has been interesting. I don't hate it.
No, I think I hate the fact that there's, it's out of control, like out of my control as a person, right? It's all different.
I mean,
Gotta
I can
have trust.
understand that.
We've had some bad run-ins with fey creatures recently. Trust is one of the things I'm a little on right now, but we'll see.
We'll do our best. But I think, yes, for now, maybe some light loot tunes might be quite nice for traversing the area. All right, onwards. I think you should lead the way, considering you've got the...
Okay. And I shall strum a tune.
All right.
Follow Lily.
So you shift through here. Firstly, can I get a group perception check?
16.
Also 16.
Nice.
16.
Okay.
Well, that makes it easy.
Looking around as you travel through this kind of what looks like a used path through this forest here. You're probably getting close to the point that, a few more hours and exhaustion will probably be starting to set in, given that you arrived here in the middle of the night. But as you're looking through, you all spot at about a similar time some interesting looking flowers that you've all seen before. Specifically ones that Strider has requested many a time from individuals, as there is a patch of flame lilies kind of growing out of the side of one of these stalks.
Oh, no.
Well. Well, we did agree that I could take ones that we've seen before, correct?
Yes, just make sure
Double
they
check
are
that
just
they-
regular
Yeah,
flame
and
lilies.
I won't take them all because the forest must continue growing, as they say.
Also, we should find a spot for rest soon.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel a bit tired.
We could use one of the large flowers as like a cover from the sky, perhaps.
Good plan.
I will walk over to the flame lilies.
Yeah. Gonna harvest them?
I'm gonna quickly look around
I don't like how he
Yeah.
said
and
that.
be like, I'm here to collect these flame lilies. If anyone is against that or if that's taboo, let me know before I pick them.
Do I see anything react?
Give me a perception check.
Can I also?
Yeah, go for it.
22.
23.
You keep a keen eye out, and all that you hear is the faint noise of a cricket.
I picked them all.
All of them!
How many are there to pick?
How many are there?
We'll see. Go ahead and first of all give me a herbalism kit check, which will just be your dex plus your proficiency.
Okay. Oh, easy. 26.
26. And then roll a d8 for me.
Is that how many you picked?
4.
You get 4 flame lilies.
Okay.
That's a decent
Are there
amount.
like more or like is 4 there?
Just seem to be that patch at the moment, but you know they're in the area.
Okay, then I'll take the 4.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna
Nothing
come in
bad.
handy. Flame lilies go in like yeah, but it goes in another one too.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it goes in this one.
Flum
So I
love.
just want to see how I want to split them up. We have 4, 2 each.
Oh, I see.
Then that's 5. Man, I've got so many supplies now.
God damn.
Could always do with other ones, but that's okay.
This time.
Do we feel we might find the ice lichen, the frost lichen, in the frost area?
Probably.
Alright, let's set some camp then.
I'm gonna look for a nice spot that's covered by a big old flower.
Give me a survival check.
Eight.
8. You take a moment to kind of walk up ahead of the group as Strider's cutting off those lilies. Taking a bit of a look around for stuff, and it's not that you can't find anything. There's a few decent spots around, but you get a bit distracted.
No.
You walk up the path a bit, and you can see on the roadside there is a signpost.
Fun.
It's this ornate wooden post with kind of vine decorations curling over it. That just kind of points to this general vicinity. That just says the Scarlet Hollow.
That's a nice name.
And as you're walking up to it, thinking that it's a nice name for the place, you can see across those words there is a spray of blood that looks like it is caked onto the sign. Just this smattering of red.
Strawberry jam.
I still have sight of the others?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly...
I'm surprised you can get these in different planes.
I found a sign with a splatter of blood on it, and it looks rather ominous.
I just need to clarify, we're talking about like an actual physical sign,
A
not like
wooden
a sign
sign,
given
ornate
by a...
and everything,
okay.
with the Scarlet Hollow, which is what this is, I presume.
Makes
I
sense.
just don't like the caked on blood.
Are you sure it's blood?
99% sure.
Can you show me where it is?
And I show him the sign that I found.
You see the same thing, that ornate woven sign, the vines detailing it, and a
Can I-
smattering of red.
Is it dry? Is it new? What are you thinking?
It's congealed, but it's still tacky.
Okay. Does it smell like blood?
Give me a survival check.
Yeah.
It smells
Bro, I'm
like
so glad I took this potion.
strawberry jam.
An unnatural 20.
It has that familiar kind of metallic smell, similar to like pig or deer. Like it's very, very animal.
Interesting. Billy, you have any spells left?
Yes.
Maybe ask a tree around here what happened.
Well, how old does the blood look?
It's not too old.
It's still
not
like
too
tacky,
old, yeah.
so maybe a couple of days.
I go to a tree that is next to the shrine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gotta speak with plants.
All right. What level is that spell?
4.
Cool. Can you roll a d100 for me?
Oh!
Casting spells in the Feywild.
Oh, you're
What have you done?
Oh, that goes for you too!
Yeah,
I'm about to get transported, boys.
Oh, please no.
sort of forgot about these rules.
Yeah, I'm not worried, but you guys might.
22.
Oh no.
22.
The potions.
Nah, I'm
Lily's
afraid.
gone.
I'm afraid not.
You kind of reach out, let that arcana move through you and into this tree. And you feel for a moment it almost like feeds back through you, washes through your body, and the both of you watch as Lily approaches this tree and reaches out that this place is already a forest of luscious flowers. But this kind of feedback loop of arcana surges through her, and within 30 feet of her in every direction, you see a patch of thousands more flowers just immediately bloom out of the earth beneath her.
Whoa.
What'd I do? I didn't cast that.
You didn't?
No.
Oh.
You just hear a voice. Can I help you?
Oh, okay. It worked. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. Can't complain.
Damn.
Did you happen to see what caused this splatter of blood on the sign?
Ah, that's nothing new. That happens. We clean it off from time to time.
Did a bad thing come by?
Ah, bad's relative. The denizens. They make their rounds.
Denizens?
The creatures that live here. They're hungry, can't blame them. Everybody needs to survive.
And what do they eat exactly?
Whatever they can get their hands on. Anything that bleeds red.
Oh. We might be fucked.
I hate this place. Why?
There are creatures that seek blood for food.
Hey, you don't bleed red, do you?
Not anymore. I'm good.
You're good. It's not interested in you.
Well, that's some yucky blood.
Yucky blood.
Well, I mean, how often does it come through here?
Ask if it walks or flies.
Can it fly?
Not that I've seen.
Can it climb?
Can it climb?
They're nimble.
How big would you say it is?
Smaller than you.
Do they forage in groups?
Usually.
Is it intelligent? Like, could we hold a conversation with it?
Do they speak?
Maybe we can convince it that, oh, you know.
It seems like a murderer. Might be one we need to kill.
I just don't like that it's in a crimson forest.
They can, but they're not one for conversation.
Oh, well, there goes that.
Would you say we are something they don't like?
I wouldn't say that. They rely on the blooded folk.
Blooded folk? What do you mean they rely on us?
Same way you need to eat to survive, so do they.
Oh.
Ask where north is. Which direction north is?
Do you happen to know where north is in this realm?
Continue down the path. You'll end up where you need to go.
Down the path. We'll get there.
Well, how far does this forest extend? Maybe we want to get out of here first. To find somewhere a little bit safer.
What did that feast do to us again? It made us immune to
yes.
poison and stuff.
Immune to poison and frighten. We have advantage on wisdom saving throws. Plus 10 temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else as well.
I thought it
Our
was
max
15.
HP went by
Yeah.
by 10 as well.
No, not 10.
15.
15.
Yeah, it was a roll.
Oh, yeah.
Cured of all disease and poison, immune to poison, can't be frightened, or wisdom with advantage, and the hit point increase for 24 hours.
For 24 hours.
Yeah, so you could sleep and it would still remain.
Oh, I see. Then that might be best. I was thinking if we
Well, if
can't get out of here, we could maybe attempt to get on top of one of the tall flowers.
Oh, sleep on top?
Yeah.
Do these flowers look like they could support all of our weights? How big are they?
I mean, their stems range anywhere from like 5 feet to 20 feet wide. Like some of them are sturdy looking. They're as strong as trees would be.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask the tree if we're allowed to climb up the flowers.
Are we allowed to climb the flowers?
If you think you can, be my guest. They don't bite.
I like to incite that comment.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Yeah, I didn't trust that one.
They don't bite.
Why do you have to mention
Not all of
biting?
them.
Are they gonna turn into like the fly traps?
Oh, the Venus flytrap.
22.
22. It didn't feel like he was necessarily lying, but it was a bit of a... Almost felt like he found it a bit funny, like it was some sort of a play on words.
And they nibble instead.
Yeah, maybe we should. How long till we would become exhausted?
No, maybe another 2 or 3 hours travel?
Let's just go down the pathway for 2 hours. Maybe we'll get out of the forest. We don't know.
I like that idea.
All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Onwards then.
Thank the tree before you leave.
Thank you very much from the talk.
Of course.
I bow my head, even though I don't know what he's saying.
You're just bowing to a tree.
And it kind of just goes back to what it was doing. That patch of flowers seems to just remain kind of gently swaying.
About 3.
Alright, then notes, let's stay on the path. It will take us to where we need to go. So let's just remember the pathway and stay on it.
Can we make a rule right now? None of us stray from the group.
Yeah,
I know
100%.
I went a little bit forward to see the sign, but I think as long as we stay in sight of each other, we should be fine. But I want us to hang on to that.
Second rule, no spellcasting
Okay.
until we absolutely need it.
Okay.
I mean, I guess.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, it could just be flowers again.
Do I know of wild magic?
Give me
My
a history
studies.
check.
Can I also see if, like...
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Give me... Sorry, continue.
No, I'm just trying to think of how Lily would go about this.
23.
Like, if the Fey realm is reactive to certain types of magic.
Give me either history or arcana.
Here? Oh. History. 7.
7, okay. You find it hard to grasp. You've heard stories of wild magic before. You're not quite sure if this fits that. With Strider's knowledge of talking about that, you know of wild magic. You know that it is innate to certain forms of spellcraft, that it is almost a defect to some or an enhancement for others. You've heard of the effects that it can have, but the specific feeling that Lily kind of reported having, that rebounce of magic, the effect that you saw, it's similar, but this isn't wild magic.
If that's the case, it's most likely because you're not using Fey magic. It's reflecting and bouncing off each other. Like
Like,
we don't have magnets probably in this world. But it's
Could be
probably
magnets.
yeah, it's pushing part.
I
You have
don't
two of them.
understand.
If you had druid magic, you potentially would be able to cast magic here without worry, I think.
Maybe there's a slight incompatibility.
Yeah.
Ah.
Imagine you're pushing two like invisible forces together and they're like pushing back. I think that's what Arcana and whatever Fey magic is.
My thing is, will it always be flowers or will it be something else? Is my
Unsure.
only concern.
I just
then
think
maybe...
just in case we save it until we really need the magic.
Alright.
Because we don't know.
Do you want me to test it out?
No, I think it'll be alright.
Yeah.
I think we stick with what Strider said and maybe we just try and be careful with our use of magic unless necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's follow the path north. Play us a tune.
A quiet tune, maybe. I don't want to attract whatever caused the blood splatter. I don't even think you can do that without like a clamp. Is that what makes it
Yeah.
quieter?
It probably has a
no.
They just changed the pitch.
Yeah.
Oh well, I swear
just
there
turn
was
the
a way
amp
to.
Okay.
Just a little plug.
What is your approach to navigating this forest here?
Follow the path fully. Stay on it.
Okay.
In our heads, I'm going to think that the path leads right to the hag's door. That's how I'm picturing following this.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I had.
Okay. Can I get a survival check from the group then?
Except
All
this
the fairy
one's
tales.
red.
Survival, did you say?
Yep.
19.
Also 19.
Nice.
18.
18. You continue through for a while, half hour or so, and the path seems to come to a bit of an end, but you look around and maybe 50 feet off you can see where it picks back up between the trees and make your way over. That happens a few times. You, every time, just manage to pick up the path kind of on the periphery of your vision and make your way back over to it and link back up. Can I get a group perception check as you're walking as well, please?
Perception.
All the group rolls.
18.
18.
24.
Also 18. Why are we matching rolls?
Really matching it.
Every so often, as you're walking, these flowers seem to look like they're kind of pushing upwards. Like just one in every few hundred looks like it's just coming to rest from the ground. And as you're about maybe 2 hours into that journey, your eyes getting tired and you're thinking maybe they're playing tricks on you a little bit. Strider, you catch out of the corner of your eye what looks like the skull of some animal that has like a bit of flesh left on it stretching up the side. And you just watch the ground beneath it kind of petals emerge, and it just lifts up about 60 feet into the air as another one of those flowers grows up and lifts the skull off the forest floor. And for a moment it was like did I actually just see that, or am I imagining things? But you notice that the other two kind of looked over at it as it grew up as well.
First off, we need to slow down for a second. I think I just saw an animal carcass or a head get lifted up. But I'm presuming that might have been whatever was killed by the sign, because the blood had similar scents to animals.
Well, why is it getting lifted up?
Well, I had a thought before I saw that, being that the stones also lifted up when needed be. Maybe if we wanted to go on top of one to rest, we don't need to climb one, but more just politely ask to be picked up. Or,
Was that still the plan, or were we
Well,
trying to
if
get
we-
out of here?
if we're getting like desperately tired as I'm feeling now, I don't know if we're gonna.
Do you think the plants eat dead carcasses?
It could,
They might decompose it.
yeah. We're not dead, so
Oh well, it could still like try to digest us.
as long as one person's on watch all the time, we won't need to worry.
Worst case scenario, how high up are they? Like 60 feet?
I mean, some of them grow to 60 feet, some of them grow hundreds of feet in the air.
Well, I mean, maybe we pick one of the shorter ones, and if worst comes to worst, we just jump ship.
Yeah. Let's try this. Everyone huddle around me.
Mm-hmm. Hato.
I like to imagine a flower picking us up
Mhm.
and taking us 40 feet in the air.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say, may we please have an assistance, flowers, and give us a place to rest above ground.
Kind of speak out to the forest around you. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh, not bad. 16?
16. You ask out and wait a few seconds. And a few seconds more. You get the sense that these flowers are more likely interested in the remains of whatever dead happens to lie on the forest floor.
Yeah, I think they want the dead things.
Well, I'm not going to give that to them.
No.
What are you doing?
So I got pen on my guy.
You need to stop bringing plushies. Keep doing that.
I know.
Maybe as a last test, you want to sing. We want to go up, up, not down, down. The reverse song.
We might just have to continue.
Yeah. Well, the song's like a 1 minute song. I just thought we could.
I don't think it'll work.
Yeah. Not worth a try.
No.
Alright. Just then. Continue following the path then? Alright.
How long are you continuing on as exhaustion starts to set in?
Listen, I'm getting so tired. Can we just maybe find a patch?
Sure. We can do that.
I think it'll be all right. As you said, we can take turns keeping watch. If something happens, we're out of here.
That's why I originally wanted to rest before, so we can find a place now.
All right. I try and find the most sheltered place, like where we might be a little bit out of
I'll help.
sight.
Okay. Then someone can make a survival check with advantage.
What's your survival
Oh,
plus?
+3.
8.
+8?
Yeah.
Oh, you do it.
I'm a ranger.
Go ham.
Unnatural 20.
A natural 20. You kind of walk around for a bit, kind of off the beaten path just enough, and eventually you can see where these kind of hilly patches of this forest kind of lend themselves to a natural sort of 10, 15 foot drop, kind of tucked away cubby, and still within eyeshot of the path itself, and figure it's probably a good spot to set up.
Alright. Who wants the first watch?
I can do it.
Alright.
Alright, let's not forget. We
We
might.
have the least amount to sleep, so shouldn't you shouldn't you sleep? And
First.
then you could watch the rest of us.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Actually, yes. I
Okay.
agree.
And we can just use your lamp for light.
My
Yeah.
We don't want to set a fire or
Oh.
anything. Ah, your
Float.
orb.
Like,
I forgot about that.
yeah, it was a really good purchase.
Haha, purchase.
I forgot you stole it.
Oh, well, he left some
I
things.
left coin what it was worth, really. I'm gonna. Should I be the first watch, maybe?
If you want.
Well, I'm also thinking about the nightmares.
Yeah.
Will you be
that
able to
too.
protect me, or
Yeah, I can.
then maybe you take first watch?
Yeah, alright. That seems to be my duty now.
We have
that seems.
advantage, so it's fine.
Oh, true.
Yeah, for 24 hours.
All right.
Alright, you go sleep first then.
Um,
Just make sure you sleep here, so that they're here and the path is over in that direction, so I can see both
Yeah.
in view.
Ah, gotcha. I'm like, I'm being sacrificed.
Just if
All
we
right.
stop looking at the path, I'm afraid it's going to disappear.
I make myself comfy, as comfy as I can,
Okay.
and settle down for the night.
Alright. What's Strider doing as the others settle down for their rest?
I'm keeping a watch on them, the path, anything that might be trying to sneak up on us, sounds. And got the light on. And I might just, I don't have any coin to make stuff. Just
Amy,
gonna
can you
focus.
please stop that?
Oh, yeah, the blowing will hit the mic.
Yeah, it's peaking the mics. Just
Oh, is
put
it?
it down, please.
I might. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch out for anything that might sneak up on us.
Yeah.
As well as them and the pathway.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yellow bricks.
Yellow brick road.
Oh man, that's about doing that 20. That's worse. 17.
17.
no bad.
Keeping a bit of an eye out here. Looking out into the darkness. It's weird. You've been here for probably a good 12 hours at this point almost, and that twilight skyscape just hasn't shifted. That same darkness, like it could be seconds before dawn or moments after dusk. And yet the forest feels like it could be mid-morning, even though the sky above it is pitch black. Looking out, every so often, way off in the distance, you can see a little bit of movement, like something's running hundreds of feet away, but not able to make out at all what it is or hear any noise, just kind of keeping that eye out.
Also, just keeping a nose on my necklace.
There's that constant, like, faint hum, just being in the space that you are, but first part of your watch, nothing seems to be of concern.
I'll also write down just the locations we've visited so far based on the sign's name and what the stone boy told us.
Mm-hmm. As you start writing in your book, keeping an eye out the rest of that watch. Lily.
Shoot, it's time.
In your meditative state, that calm sense of rest and rejuvenation, your mind flashes for a moment back to that night, running through the streets, trying to find a way down, trying to find a way off, trying to find a way forward, trying to get out. Running through. There's no weather up here, no rain, but you can hear a storm beneath you. The cold chill of air being thrown up by a thunderous wind from beneath the city. And you're running through the streets, bumping into buildings and pushing off of people as you're running through. You'd made a decision. Tonight was the night. Shifting through, pushing onwards, trying to figure out your approach. Seeing that ship on the horizon of the city, just on the outskirts. And pushing towards it. Can I get a perception check as you're running?
I believe. Yeah, 17.
17. Running through, a few belongings in your hands, things that you could take and move with. Pushing towards that ship, that point of hope. A flash of light from beneath in that electrical storm kind of lights up the city around you for just a moment. Just long enough that you catch a glimpse of two people standing in an alleyway, not far off. You look to your side. And you just keep running. Strider, that moment, kind of looking out, finishing up your notes, you begin to see Lily's eyes kind of darting around in her head a little bit.
Pull out my potion of protection from evil and good, and I give it to her.
You get the sense that you've caught this further through than you had previously. There's already a bead of sweat kind of falling down her head. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Advantage?
Yes, with advantage.
Mm-hmm. 11.
11. You see those figures standing in the alleyway. That flash of light erupts around you, and you push through. And then all of a sudden, you're no longer you. You're not running through the streets, you're not feeling the cold air, but you're back in that position, floating above it all. A spectator in this moment, looking down on events that happened. And standing in that alleyway, you watch yourself run past, down on the street below. You can see two figures standing in that alleyway. Your father. And Ellery. Not 30 feet from where you had run past. I believe she's heading for the airship. Kind of looks over. What would you suggest? Let her go. Sure, an accident can be arranged. No response, no rebuttal, no refusal. Your father simply turns and walks away. In that moment, you break free from that, back in this place where it feels like morning sun is beating down on you, a black twilight sky above the petals. Can I please get a Constitution saving throw?
Oh,
Oh no.
11.
11. And can I please have you roll a d10?
Two.
2. Your maximum hit points are reduced by 2. And you gain a level of exhaustion.
Yum.
And unfortunately, you are unable to complete a long rest.
Short rest though? Because her meditation is how long?
I would say that you could consider that a short rest if that does anything for you.
I don't know if it does.
Yeah. Good call.
With that, do I still have the 15 HP?
Yeah, at the moment.
Okay.
That lasts for 24 hours.
Cool.
Okay. You spring out of your rest. Yorna still asleep to the side, but Strider, you watch Lily come out of that in a panic.
You okay? It's alright.
Just need a minute.
The hair is more powerful than we thought.
It's fine. I'll be alright.
It's okay to feel, angry or sad, depending on what you see. Even if it's not true or real.
Just that after everything, it all feels truthful in some way, whether it be a lie or not.
It's what she wants most out of anything. She wants us to, over time, feel like everything she shows us true. It's okay to think that it is true, but we just need to keep our head in the game and focus on what's going on now. I'm sure even if these dreams make you have questions or anything, you can find people to ask once we're out of here.
Yeah.
And if you ever need to talk about it, me and Yorna over there who's sleeping, they're here for you.
Yeah. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Even if these dreams, that they might have some truth to them, does it even matter?
I guess it depends on the situation. Like, let's say, just throwing the ball around, if like someone killed your like dad or something, and then you dreamed that it was this person, I'm sure that would change how you feel, or you would want to maybe get revenge or make sure they see justice in the case, versus if you didn't know before, or maybe they the hag makes you think it's one of your friends. Like, those things matter, right? Just depends on what you see, what you're dreaming.
Thank you. Gives me some perspective.
And sometimes things aren't as obvious as they seem. But the best lies have, a bit of truth in them, so.
I guess. Or it's like what I saw. It's like I expected that to happen. Or I think that is what happened, even though I wasn't really there. If you get what I mean.
So you're saying that the dreams you've been having are almost like making you feel validated in a way. Like it's going with what you thought already. Which makes it seem more truthful, right?
Yeah.
If that was happening to me, I would most likely think that means what I thought was happening was probably a lie. It would make me want to rethink how I thought about those situations prior to the dreams. She's just trying to help push you towards feeling alone and off your game. That's all she wants from this.
I guess so.
But whatever happened to all of us in our past or future, we're currently here in the present, and we all have each other's backs, and you can share your burden with us if you need. I know that being royalty turned to a bard trying to get coins must have been a bit of a wake-up call, I guess.
No, not really.
You always want to be a bard?
I found it fascinating seeing people perform and use their magic for fun.
Yes, potentially maybe you grew up where magic wasn't fun then. It was a bit more strict and serious to have it. They seem like a serious bunch up there.
Oh, very. Oh, well, there is some creative uses that they use magic up there.
Yeah, I heard that they don't have weather apparently, which sounds... Honestly, I'm against that, but sounds interesting.
You like the rain?
I think the weather can help a lot of people. Pitch for survival, for instance. You find some muddy footprints and stuff like that. You wouldn't be able to get that if it wasn't raining. It helps. A lot of different weather can help you track creatures. Wind can travel scent of the ocean as well as creatures, things like that.
I guess it does kind of seem unnatural.
Yeah. Well, I'm barely able to keep my eyes open while we have this conversation.
You can rest.
So I'm going to sleep.
Yorna, wake up!
You're on.
Well, no, not yet, not yet.
Hey, hold on,
I know.
whoa. What's going on? We need Yorna on our best.
I mean, if you want to take some extra time, you can attempt another long rest.
I guess you're the only person that can attempt 2 long rests
That's
in the
crazy.
amount of time that we've got it.
Yeah.
Are you missing spells?
But also
Just
make
one.
sure I'm awake
Yeah.
before
Just
you
one
do that,
slot.
otherwise no one's
Okay.
watching.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
Quick question, Dan.
Yeah.
My potion,
Yeah, man.
did it make anything happen?
What one did you use?
It's a spell.
Yeah, what potion? Though?
Protection from evil and good.
What level is that?
This goes what? 2?
1.
1?
I only have level 1s.
It did
Ah,
not.
right.
Not potent enough.
I'm good then.
Definitely
Damn.
level specific.
Good to know.
Okay. As the rest of the night, if you can call it that in this space, the rest of your perceived rest, anyway. Can I get a perception check from Lily as you're watching out over the group?
Yeah.
I reminded to watch
Nat
the road.
20
I reminded to watch the road as well.
for 25.
Okay.
Ooh la la.
You keep an eye out for the first, wee bit of your rest, or of your watch, rather. You see Yorna resting, kind of beginning to stir in her sleep, like she's on the precipice of waking up. And I reckon we'll take a quick break here and come back with the next day's travel.
That's it.
Before we jump back in, roll a d20 for me.
Uh-oh.
You're dead.
You did.
Does it have to be me?
Yes.
That was so close to being a 20, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like a 2 now.
Ooh, okay.
Oh no.
Lily,
Yeah.
you're keeping watch, keeping an eye over the others, as Yorna starts to kind of stir and sit up, like completing the last few moments of your long rest. So you can mark down any long rest stuff that you need to take.
Oh, well, I mean, nothing really.
As Yorna's sitting up and kind of wiping off the morning grogginess, with that keen perception check from before, keeping an ear out, you begin to hear this getting louder, coming towards you. And then it starts to almost multiply and multiply, like you are hearing a plethora of footsteps coming in your direction.
Am I like waking up? Am I aware of this coming our way?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage as you're coming out of your sleep.
That's fair. It's gonna be a 12, but there was a nat 20 and I've wasted it.
I mean, you don't seem to hear anything, but you can see that Lily kind of spikes up slightly on alert.
Lily, everything alright?
I hear multiple creatures coming towards us.
How far?
How far?
With your perception check, maybe 100, 150 feet off.
Coming
Quite far.
straight towards us?
Mhm.
Shoot. I'm gonna stand up. Get my shield out. Oh, I'm gonna crouch with my shield and just brace myself.
What's in your pack?
If something goes aggressive, I'm gonna defend myself. I'm gonna ready a dodge.
Okay.
Explorer pick and monster pick.
No, like what's in your inventory?
I have an explorer's pack and a monster pack.
Is that all you have?
Oh, and like other things?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
You guys, we got impending doom our way.
I don't really know what's happening. I got poisons. I've got apples, daggers, some badges, potions of healing.
Right, what's
some
Lily
mushrooms
doing?
and flowers.
Damn it.
As you hear them, within a matter of about 6 seconds, it sounds like those noises are almost 50 feet closer already.
I like to think back to where the sign was and if there was any blood on the ground, and if there was blood on the ground, if there were plants that grew from that.
Whoa. Give me an intelligence check.
Do we? Shit.
I'm just concerned with the fact that Strider's just gone to bed pretty much.
I went down to 1.
Not that you can recall.
Back.
And at this point, you can hear that getting closer, maybe 50 feet away.
I'm going to sing a song in to try and get help from the plants around us to create a wall.
Okay. What spell is this, sorry?
I'm just
Oh, you're just doing it?
just
Okay.
singing, performing.
Give me
shoot.
a performance check.
Does that affect my affect me from exhaustion?
Ability check.
Yes, it'll be a disadvantage.
You got this. Rise to the occasion.
Even so, because I'm just double checking my ability.
I need to back myself
that
from
one.
the ground movements.
Yeah.
Okay, no, not performance.
This
So,
Feywild place ain't too bad now.
15.
15. You reach out to this forest of flowers, and try and gently sway it to help you. You hear a little bit of something moving off in the distance, kind of over that mound that you're all camped behind. A few of those sets of footsteps seem to disappear from the cacophony. But as they do, some of them still seem to break through. You hear that approaching camp. As they do, can I get the two of you that are awake to please roll initiative?
Sorry, fam.
So good, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you sleep. You sleep.
You guys got this.
Oh, am I rolling with disadvantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm afraid
Unfortunately.
that is an ability check.
Haha! The other roll was better. But this one's still good. 16.
Okay.
11.
11.
I did
15 and
also
9,
ready a
14.
dodge act as well.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so
I ready to me action.
Listen, I don't want it to come to this, but it might have to come to this.
okay. Lily, as you hear these footsteps approaching on top of that mound that you are all kind of bunked behind, can hear them about to breach over top of you. You are first up in initiative if there's anything that you would like to do before they arrive.
Do we wake up Strider?
You can try!
Oh, shoot. It's my problem now.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah. True.
Do, Wonderland.
Very specific.
Huh? Just gonna turn it down. I am going to cast Speak with Plants. And I am going to ask them to try and lift all of us up in the air 100 feet.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. So they're either gonna go really great, really bad.
So within 30 feet of me. 30-foot radius.
Okay.
I'm just.
First of all, can I please get you to roll a d100?
Oh no.
Oh, by the way, I was wrong in its level. It is a level 3.
Yeah.
Not level 4.
Still requires the d100.
Did roll the same
Is
thing
that
before?
10 or 100?
Is it 2 zeros?
Oh, no, that's a 4. 40.
40. Okay.
I thought it was a 1.
that is what it is.
Yeah.
4 0 and a 0.
Yeah. Which is a 40,
Yeah, that's
right?
40.
No, 400.
As you release that arcana outwards, pushing your will through the plants around you, Yorna, you watch as Lily does this and extends her arcana outwards, that along her arms, little, almost tendrils of light seem to erupt as she casts this spell. And you watch from her position these bursts of bright color, loud cracking emit as she casts this spell.
What? Yo, fireworks show!
And with that,
It wakes you up.
I was gonna say.
I will say, actually, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Disadvantage when I'm asleep.
Yes,
About to have bring out more flashbacks.
14.
14. You hear in your sleep this erupting around you, and I'll say that it just kind of pulls you from your sleep as you feel yourself moving upwards.
Oh my god.
I will say 100 feet is a bit much, but as you're casting this spell out, the grass seems to weave into this platform and pulls you all about 30 feet up off the ground and into the air. As it does so, you kind of crest that small mound that you're all resting under, and you can see these creatures that are approaching and would have essentially leaped over top of you. Maybe 3-4 feet tall. They look like elderly gnomes, like thin white beards, kind of hunched backs. But you notice these things have big, like, red hoods on that go down their back. You can see wicked-looking sharp teeth, giant metallic boots attached to them, as these almost feral, gnomish, goblin-looking things are just moving at about a 50-foot run speed over and would have leapt over to where you are. Is there anything else you're doing on your turn as this is happening?
Going to Bardic Inspiration Strider.
Okay.
Can I try to roll initiative? Can I, like...
Yeah, actually, you can roll initiative for me now, please.
It makes sense. Why do my dice know the plot too well? So that's a nat 1.
Perfect.
But
I
you
have
get
a plus 5.
Yeah,
So...
still puts you under Yorna, I'm afraid.
Damn, you told me you got it higher than a 6? Oh,
I did.
damn
I
it.
rolled a
So you Bardic Inspiration?
Yes.
Okay.
Here you go.
I haven't taken a long rest, so can I... Some of my abilities in when I take, like, have a long rest.
Ooh, interesting.
I
I will
haven't
say,
gone through it.
I'll say that you're only about maybe an hour into that rest, so we'll say that for now they're still active.
Okay, cool. So,
your wisdom stuff.
yeah, as well as my ignited ice moves.
Oh shoot.
Oh
Flowers!
shit!
Okay.
This is amazing. Oh, I imagined the ground red as well.
Most of it, I just couldn't be
Can be fucked.
bothered with quite that much.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a lot.
I'm gonna grab some stuff for y'all to be standing on here.
And the huge
Yay.
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, poor man.
Yeah.
Poor man was thrust into this.
He's like, fireworks. What? Like, anyone could have just waken me up before all this.
I'm sorry.
I'm on
man.
a flower now.
Everyone was so keen to keep Strider asleep.
Well, because I'm like, man needs his rest. He seems like he really needs his rest. Well, that went up as well.
My grass.
This
Where'd he go?
D8's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some random shit that we're gonna call 30 feet worth of stuff.
30 feet worth of stuff.
Maybe just ignore
Whoa. This is sick.
Can I please have y'all's minis on top of that somewhere?
You're prone.
Yeah.
You're sleeping. Well, we're
Get 'em up.
sleeping.
I do not have specific minis for these things, so we're just gonna use some red tokens.
The tokens.
Which is gonna be really difficult for you guys to see.
I am.
At the moment, you can see 3 of these fey, gnome-looking creatures. Each of them have about the size that they are, crooked iron sickle in their hand.
Oh.
These big, heavy metallic boots as they are moving with insane speed, just through the forest. Was there anything else Lily was doing on her turn?
Nope, that's me.
Not
Okay.
the tetanus sickle.
We come now to the red caps' turn. As they run up and over that mound that you were all sleeping behind, each of the 3 are going to attempt to leap up into the air and start climbing up this grass that you are all on.
I'm ready to dodge action, but I don't know how that would apply.
If they try to attack you, it'll be with disadvantage.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay. As they all run up, feral in their movements, launch themselves further into the air than you think they'd be able to, and start trying to clamber up the side of this mound of grass. You see two of them just lose their grip and fall back down to the ground, each taking 3 points of damage. But one of them is able to jump up, grabs onto the side and pushes itself in the air, leaping over like this feral creature, brings that sickle down and tries to slash at Lily with it as it makes its way over.
No.
The shovel.
A 9 to hit.
Miss.
It will take a second swing at you.
Second.
Natural 20.
Sorry, Bobs.
Okay. Natural 2,
Yes.
which will miss.
And advantage going to Yorna.
Okay. And it will take its third attack also at you.
Jesus Christ.
Third.
3 attacks. Dang.
For a 12 to hit.
That hits.
Here, 1, 3 currently in total.
Okay.
You take 9 points of slashing damage as it carves across you with that wicked looking sickle in its hand. Gets up there, you can just see,
Toss them up the side.
for all intents and purposes, this looks like an elderly gnome. But its teeth are chiseled points. You can see there is saliva dripping down like it is hungry. You can see blood stains around the mouth. This kind of permanent fixture of blood dripping from where it's put its cap on its head. And as you notice, you see this thing looks like it doesn't always stay red. As it launches itself up, makes those attacks, and we come down to Yorna.
I don't like it. Alright, I'm gonna... Can I just... Whoop.
Yeah.
I want to shove it off.
Yeah.
Hey-yup!
Okay, so that will be your athletics versus his athletics or acrobatics.
Advantage.
My
Yeah,
athletics
advantage.
is pretty decent. Oh, with advantage, that's right. Both good rolls. 25.
25. You run up and shove this thing.
Off.
For all of its intent and purposes, it feels like, small creature like this, you should just be able to kind of nudge off the edge. But as you ram into it, it is held fast in its position. But you just barely manage to push it over the edge.
Okay.
And you watch it fall that 30 feet down.
Oh.
Man, the little creatures around here are strong.
Roll 3d6 for me. Because
Hell
we're
yeah.
30 feet in the air.
What if that
I
means
love it.
big creatures are weak?
Yeah.
One can hope.
That is so, bad. 6.
How many d6 did you roll?
3.
That's not terrible.
I'll roll the 3, a 2, and a 1.
Big
In that order.
Anything else from you as you see it hit the ground and immediately start trying to claw its way back
Would
up
you
the side?
consider that an attack?
Yes, that is an attack.
Okay, because then
Shoving and grappling are considered attacks.
Okay, then I will use my extra attack
Yeah.
to...
2.
Wait. Oh, but if I throw stuff down there, I won't get it back until after the fight. Is the only problem with that.
You can't ready extra attacks, right?
No, you essentially get a single attack. Yeah.
In that case... I can't ready an action, can I, if I've already attacked?
No, you've essentially started using your attack action.
Then, in that case, I'm just gonna stand here
Totally.
and get ready for one to pop up here or here.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
If shoving counts as attack, can you add superiority die to that by doing superiority things?
If it doesn't state weapon attack,
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
which I think most of
I
it
think
does.
they do. Oh yeah. With a weapon attack,
Yeah.
with a weapon attack. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Strider, as you come to from your sleep, feeling yourself pushed up, you see this elderly gnome jump up, take some swings at Lily, and get battered off of this island that you are now all on.
Jesus.
What's the plan?
I jumped
We're playing
to my
King of
feet.
the Island.
All right, I jumped to my feet.
Yeah.
We need to block the front sides. Yorna, keep them off, and I'll shoot them. And I pull out my crossbow. And as the white smoke comes off, it's still icy.
Yeah.
I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark. I don't know, one of them you can pick.
Yeah.
You can pick.
I can't see them, so you pick one.
Do you want the one that's directly below you or the one that's slightly off to the side?
I don't want directly below me.
Okay.
Do you want the tag?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Hunter's mark?
Yes,
Yep.
please. Sweet.
And then I'll take my crossbow.
Mhm.
Take fire. It's not great. I don't have advantage, so wish me luck. 10.
10 does not hit. As you fire one down, it just ticks it off with that sickle in its hand and just goes back to trying to make its way up.
Reload, and I'm gonna try to speak Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna yell down them. I don't have red blood if that's what you're looking for. Leave now.
As they are climbing up, you see the one at the bottom, as you speak, kind of look up in your direction. And continues trying to make its way up.
No.
It's terrifying.
I forgot I can add this. Can I try to add this to my attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want.
Because if it fails, I get it still.
Yeah, totally.
Let's see that. 14.
Now that'll hit.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I saw a glowing thing on my desk. I'm like, oh. Sweet.
Yeah.
6. D6. D4. That's going to be 11 piercing damage. And it does make my weapon magical.
Yeah.
And that's 3 cold damage.
Amazing. You fire that down, it sinks deep into this thing's shoulder. And it kind of pulls back. Seems to take the full brunt.
Oh.
Doesn't even try and resist any of it.
Sweet.
Okay,
And my turn.
that's you. Okay, back up to the top of the round, Lily.
What am I gonna do? And there's none next to us right
No,
now.
there's one directly below you and a couple behind this thing.
How far is it? Looking down at the one below me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast heat metal on its shoes.
Oh
shit.
no!
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, the sweet suits.
Creating a
It
bit of
is
a hot sand moment.
No, just when you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in physical contact. Up to 1 minute concentration.
Okay. Right. Does it have to do anything right now, or does that happen on its turn?
So when I cast a spell and then until the spell ends, use a bonus action on each of my subsequent turns
Mm-hmm.
to cause this damage again.
Hell yeah.
So does it take damage now then?
Yes.
Okay.
2d8.
2d8. Damn. Okay. Go ahead.
Unless he wants to take time to take off them booties.
13.
13. Dang it. You. What level's that spell?
2.
Okay. You reach down, focus on the metallic of the shoes, and begin to see them glowing a bright orange that turns to yellow, that turns to white. You just see this thing buckle over in pain and immediately start trying to take these giant metallic oversized boots off of its body and is in a frantic panic to try and get rid of those. He seems currently preoccupied and injured.
Injured.
Anything else from you?
Bonus action. You got this, Strider. Here you go.
I'm spotted again. Perfect. I appreciate it after waking me up during my night sleep.
Okay. That's Lily.
Yep.
We come back now to the Redcaps' turns. The one that just got his shit wrecked, does he take that damage again on his turn?
On my turn.
Okay. So he is going to try and start taking his boots off. He successfully gets one boot off, so he'll be preoccupied for a wee bit. These other two that are down this side are both going to try and make their way and leap up the side of this. The one that you currently have Hunter's Mark on tries to pull itself up the side here, making good headway, using that sickle to dig itself in. And as it goes to pull up kind of the last 15 or so feet, that wound in its shoulder kind of tenses and it lets go and falls down. Roll 2d6 for me.
Fuck that guy. 8.
8. Nice. The other one springs its way up here. You see it gets about halfway up and essentially pulls itself the rest of the way. Boots first in Yorna's direction as you see this thing coming in for a kick as it jettisons itself upwards. Can I please get a dexterity saving throw?
Damn.
But I'm bad at those.
Nah, watch.
11.
11. You pull the shield up, and this thing hits you with such force. You feel a reverberation of metal against metal as it pushes you back. You are prone, and you take 22 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing hits you with enough force to knock you to the ground, and the
Damn.
familiar feeling of pain in your arm kind of echoes up as you hit the ground there.
What an ass.
That is his turn, and you're up.
Oh, he's getting it. Okay. I stand up,
Yeah.
and
So this thing is just standing there, crooked, looking over.
It's still there.
I'd love to, but considering how close that first one was, I don't want to risk it staying up here longer than it needs to. I'm just going to try and get as much damage onto him as possible.
Smack him.
Okay.
So I'm going to... Ooh. Do I try one of my new moves? Yeah, I'm going to do that. That sounds good. I'm going to hit it with a bait and switch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. How does... When you're within 5 feet of a creature on your turn, provided you spend at least 5 feet of movement, doesn't provoke, the rolls a superiority die. When can you do that?
Hmm?
When can you do bait and switch? Because it doesn't attach like a...
Read it out to me.
When you're within 5 feet of a creature on your turn, provided you spend at least 5 feet of movement and the creature is willing and isn't incapacitated, this movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Roll the superiority die until the start of your next turn. You or the other creature, your choice, gains a bonus to AC equal to the number rolled.
I don't know if you've got the whole thing written down there, but the idea...
It's a movement-based thing, right?
Yeah, so the idea is that you would be moving around whoever to essentially provide cover to them or cover to you.
Gotcha.
So,
So in this instance, then, it might not...
I mean, you still could.
I could.
You could just essentially move to that square next to Lily.
Yeah.
So yeah, the idea is that you can't get hit, but that means you're able to move.
Well,
to
I
your
was
ally
going to
give them
use it.
AC.
I was going to use it to give Lily an AC boost.
And you're within 5
considering
feet of a creature on your
Lily's
turn.
AC.
When you're within 5 feet of a creature on your turn, you can expend a die and swap places with that creature, provided you spend at least 5 feet of movement.
Ah, so it's just movement based.
Yes, so essentially you and whoever would swap places, because that is you moving 5 feet into their position.
Yeah, so you guys are. It's like you're pulling your ally
Yeah.
to where you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're physically swapping positions. As long as the creature is willing, doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, roll superiority die until the start of your next turn, you or the other creature gains a bonus to AC.
Yeah.
Cool. So it'd really... I feel like that only really makes sense if you're going in to fight, but I'm already there to fight, so I'm not putting
Yeah.
Lily into a safer position.
Yeah, and if like where you are is next to a healer or in a safer position, you want to do it.
Yeah, so
It's the kind of thing where if you were where Strider was and Lily was in front of you, it would
exactly.
make more sense.
So I'm
Yes.
not going to use it in that case, and
Sweet.
I'm just going to do a goading attack
All right.
on it. So he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
21.
Shoot! I still get the damage though, but I gotta roll first. Jesus. Getting ahead of myself. Oh. 13.
13 will hit. That's his AC.
Okay, I wasn't sure how low that was. I knew the 14 hit, but... Alright. 3, 8... plus...
I was like,
13 points of magical slashing damage.
Very nice.
And then extra attack.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try the goading again.
Right.
So DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
19.
Damn, he succeeds. 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Oh. 8 magical slashing damage.
Nice. As it jumps up and you pull yourself off of the ground and take those slashes, raking decent wounds into this creature. Still standing strong.
Yep.
I like that all of this happens within 6 seconds, like around.
Yeah.
So you got knocked on your ass and got back up like
Yeah.
in the same amount of time as
Yeah, actually, it's funny though because I have athlete, so it means it only takes me 5 feet of movement to get up. So I like the idea of I just, you know. Yeah, that's my turn. I'm just gonna
That's you?
stay put. Yeah.
Okay. Strider.
Alright,
go, Strider, go.
I'm gonna put Slayer's Prey on the one down bottom that I've already shot.
Go,
Yeah,
Strider, go.
totally.
I'm gonna look at him, be like, fuck you.
Yeah, you really don't like the thing.
Wow, I was trying to sleep.
Valid. Valid.
God, you know, it hits. Like, it's plus. Does a 33 hit?
Oh, I reckon it might.
Alright,
Twice over and then some.
boom. That's gonna be crossbow, hunter's mark, slay's prey, blue one, and ice damage.
Oh, in the tray.
Not me.
Oh,
Damn.
And then 15 damage.
Nice.
So I'm on the ground. I need to borrow your ice dice for my D4.
Nice, nice.
Sweet. Hit him with that one. And I'll just end my turn.
You take that shot down. Again, it stabs into him. You can see he's wounded. Blood's beginning to seep out of him as he's still trying to clamber up with his one good arm.
And Sylvan, I'll say, the next shots will hurt more.
Anything else from you?
Nope.
Then we'll jump back up to Lily.
I would like to bonus action deal more
Yeah.
fire damage.
Go for it.
That is a 12 fire damage.
Nice.
What does it look like when you make it a lighting?
I would say it like starts to like set things around it on fire.
Yeah, like flares up a little bit of flame beginning to lick the flowers and the grass around it.
As an action,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to try and persuade the plants around me that there is of like, how do I say this? Potential food for them. if they so that they can help us.
Interesting. What is your method of persuasion? Just words, or
I like to kneel down and just like talk to the plants under us, and just like, if you help us, there is potential food for you waiting.
give me a persuasion check?
Is figure plants a concentration?
Nope.
Okay, so it's still up. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Gonna say it's
That's
gonna
right.
kill us as well.
Man.
Or potential food.
But they got blood coming out.
Was it persuasion?
But that's okay.
It doesn't
Yes.
even hit my
13.
like, regular
13.
max. I'm still
Yeah.
like buffed from that. Hey, at least I'm making the most of it, right?
Sure.
You reach out through that connection, through that ability to speak and connect with these plants. Ask for their help in exchange for food. And there's little that the forest seems to be able to do, but these creatures, as they're standing there, the grass around their feet begins to try and wrap up and will try and hold them in place
Entangled.
on their turns. So they'll essentially have to make a saving throw to see if they can move or not.
Anything else?
Anything else from Lille?
Like their lilies
No.
just feeding
Okay.
the locals.
Redcaps are up. The one that Strider is
I
nailing down here
what's it gonna do?
is going to first see if it can move. What's its dex? It is not. It cannot. It is rooted in the ground.
Hell
Those
yeah.
roots begin to crawl over its boots. The one down beneath Lily is going to try and take the second boot off. Is unable to. It's beginning to melt and just form around its foot. You can see the flames beginning to lick up its leg, and this thing's just looking down, screaming at it in pain. The one remaining one that is up here with you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, but
His other foot's also tied by grass.
Yeah.
Like, he can't really
he
go
can't
on
do
one
shit.
leg either.
he's just really struggling.
The red cat moves up to its speed to a creature it can see. It is going to, because it has to move, duck through here. This tiny little creature sprinting between the two of you
Yikes.
as
Does
it pulls
that-
free of that grass underneath it. And as you watch it go, kind of launches itself onto its back and pushes off of its arm and Strider. You see those boots coming in your direction. Can I please get a dexterity saving throw?
Does
Lily
that
would
provide opportunity for
Lily.
me
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Yorna?
It's
Not
still within
me,
combat with
yeah.
Yorna,
Ah,
but for you it will. Yeah.
Yorna? I'm gonna stab at it. Stabby, stabby.
Dude, it hurts
have
when it
shocking
chucks
grass.
its boots into your face.
I do.
Which is magical and more damage, mind you. Shocking grass
It
levels
will
up
be a
with player.
straight roll. As
Yes,
if I
you
don't
can
use
use
it.
one.
You can use shocking grass?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yes,
It
Warcaster
is.
lets you use actual spells. Yeah, I believe. So.
I think it's a warhouse. I think
I'm
you
not
said-
a warcaster.
Yeah, I think it
though.
says you can.
Yeah, I'm just saying that Warcaster lets you use like
Yeah.
actual spells for that. I
okay.
think. So I'm pretty sure shocking grass was chill.
Yeah.
Meow. Yes, because
Might be
would you say he's wearing armor?
Yes, he is
Okay, cool.
considered to be wearing
So
armor.
then straight roll because I already have disadvantage. Eh, that's with my plus. We need 3 to hit.
23 will hit. Have advantage on the roll if it is wearing
That's
armor
what I
made of
thought.
metal. Yes,
I
it has
haven't.
giant
Oh,
metallic
that's
boots.
cool.
Interesting. So they always have to be moving?
Ding, ding, ding.
They just can't stop.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, the way that you were saying that it had to
2d8.
move
It has
implies-
to move to make this attack.
Oh.
It has to be able to maneuver itself enough to get some
Got
of
it.
the
Wind up.
Yeah.
4 lightning damage.
Nice.
Does it do anything else?
And a contact reaction until the start of its next turn.
Okay, no reactions. Good to know. What was that dex save?
Dex save. This is good. 26.
6. Alright, so half damage for you, and you're not knocked prone. 24 halved is 12 bludgeoning damage to you.
Bludgeon, god damn.
So this thing
Oh, no.
runs up and those giant metallic boots press into your chest, but you just kind of leverage some of that off.
Oh.
That is all 3 of them done. Yorna, you're up.
Bum-ba-da! I'm gonna hit it.
Go for it.
I might not use any more of these superiority die. I'm just gonna go for a hit.
Day's only just beginning.
Exactly. 25 to hit.
25 will hit. Day didn't even end for some people.
Yeah.
8 magical slashing damage.
Nice.
And I'm gonna hit it again.
Yep.
Hit it again.
Oh.
Do it again.
12
12 does not quite hit, I'm afraid.
rats. Okay, nah, that's it. That's all I do.
That's you. All right. Jumping back down to Strider.
It kicked in the back and I just barely hold on. Like, I'll be with you soon. And I look down at the last guy and I'm like, my green eyes like flaring up. Just like almost like if it was like a POV, it's almost like everything's darkened around him and there's just like a green aura around him.
Focused in.
And it's just like everything's on him. So now it's just time to do it. And I shoot 2.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Dude is cooked.
18 plus 7 to hit.
That'll hit.
Boom. Oh. 11, 15, 17, 21 damage.
As you fire that first bolt, you watch it go cleanly through the cap, pulling that hat off of the thing's head and pinning the rest of the body to the ground as it just lays there and twitches as it bleeds out into the forest.
And I hit one down and I spin around to the one directly behind me. Hold it just blank range to his head and I'm just gonna take a
Yeah,
shot.
go for it.
Hell yeah.
16 plus 7 to hit.
That'll hit.
Crossbow, that one. No other right now. 6. 10 damage.
10 damage. You whip around and follow suit with this one. A well-placed bolt through the creature, and it too kind of just falls limp and falls back off of this mound.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dead.
Yeah, I can I just like as he's like collapsing, just gonna Sparta kick him off.
Boot him off the edge and onto the ground below.
Oof.
Reload.
Anything else from Strider?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna pass for us here.
Yeah.
Just because I'm the only one with like ranges.
Kind of go to the edge there. You can feel this like grass platform under you kind of moving ever so faintly. Looking down, coming back to the top of initiative before we start the next round, you see where these dead creatures have fallen to the forest floor. From the earth itself, these big petals seem to grow around the corpses and start shifting them up at 30 feet around. So those 2 dead ones are now kind of equal height with you guys as these big flowers are starting to grow from the forest floor.
Creepy.
Lily.
Bonus action, deal
I wonder if
fire
there was no
damage.
forests
Yeah, go
in
for
this
it.
Forest once.
Probably. There's a reason this is called
12.
Scarlet.
12.
12 fire damage.
Just if like I died,
All right.
the flower would be
He's
black.
looking very rough, trying to get that last boot off in a hurry. The scorch marks burning up his body. What else we got from Lily?
Oh, he's gotta be on his
do it,
deathbed.
do it.
What a vicious mockery.
He's just gonna look down and like look straight in his eyes and go, naughty, naughty. And do vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Is that a saving throw?
Yes.
Lily's specialty.
Wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20.
So you take.
Nothing. Oh, no.
Just a cantrip, eh?
It seems so preoccupied with the pile of molten metal around its foot that it does not even hear your words.
Fair enough.
Love that.
It does pretty decent damage.
Yeah.
Just walk over and hit.
Yeah. Anything else from Lily?
No.
Okay. Redcap's turn.
Also gives them like disadvantage on something. That works.
Yeah, on his attack.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He is able to scrape his foot through the forest floor, removing the last of that molten metal. You can see majority of his foot is burned down to the bone.
Oh!
And he still is able to pull it free from the grass.
Retreat.
And begins to climb.
Oh, shit.
Man's hungry, I guess.
Begins to pull his way up,
Ballsy.
hanging on to the side of this because it doesn't have enough movement left to get all the way up, and is just going to take 3 attacks from the ledge.
Oh, fuck.
We'll start with 2 on Lily, being the source of his pain for the last few rounds. A 17 to hit.
Yeah, I think it.
So you got 80 HP right now.
81.
11 points of slashing damage.
And then down to 70.
Take another attack on Lily. 11 to hit.
That's my AC.
9 more points of slashing damage. And it will try and hook its last attack around Strider's ankle to get one in on Strider.
You lift my foot up.
19.
Yeah, that's.
That's fine. 10 points of slashing damage to you as that sickle rakes across your ankles. That is his turn. Yorna, you're up.
I was going to say, they're both on squares there. So
They are.
I can't really get through, can I?
Not unless you get creative.
I'm a bait and switch for the giggles.
Oh yeah. Okay. Who are you switching with?
I'll switch with Lily.
Okay. Oh my fucking god! Get bolt.
Nearly died.
That was just about a mini down.
And I'm going to free action drop my shield.
Yeah.
But bait and switch, I get to roll the superiority die for an AC bonus.
Totally.
Oh.
I had a light bulb moment. I'm like, this is the perfect way
Yeah.
to get more damage in,
And
but
shield
still
just gives a +2, so as long as you roll a
Above.
2 or higher, you're getting a higher AC.
+3 because I
Plus
have
three.
a +1 shield.
Yeah, so you just need to roll a 3 or higher.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
I
so
have
it
an
doesn't
8.
even use a bonus action, does it? It's just movement.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's great. I have an AC of 22.
Great. Good to know.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Does
just
that
make
only
her-
does that only apply to you?
Yeah, just me.
It's-
I
she gets to
basically-
pick which
Oh,
one of the
she
two.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a
But
great thing to do.
because I dropped
I see.
because I dropped my shield, I now get to
Yeah.
use a D10 for damage.
D10?
And re-roll your damage dice if it's a 1 or a 2.
Indeed.
Did you roll to hit first?
I'm rolling it
Okay. Good.
now. Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Alright. So we get one of these now. Nice. 11 magical slashing.
How do you finish off the last one as it's hanging onto the edge, blood dripping down its sickle, teeth bared, saliva dripping out of its mouth?
Alright, as I drop my shield and grip my longsword with 2 hands, I just do a clean slicing motion at its wrist so that it just plummets.
You pull up, move Lily out of the way, and just slice down, leaving its hand for a moment gripping through the grass on the edge, just limp as the rest of the body falls to the ground. You see the last little bit that was holding its foot on tears as it rolls 10 or 15 feet. And within a few seconds, a flower emerges from the forest floor and starts
Wow.
lifting it up beside you. and the forest falls silent.
Oh, thank God. Ready to fight some flowers while we were at it.
If you insist.
No.
All right. Well, that's not my first thought that I'd be waking up to was fireworks, but I
Sorry.
guess it's a good way to wake someone up.
Well, now that we have a nice little platform going, do you
Sure.
want to try sleep after that?
I guess I'm gonna have to do some downtime activity to calm down. So I'm gonna try to fall asleep, I guess. But as my downtime activity, can I try figure out the threat level and things off the red caps?
Yeah, totally. Give me
Sit down
a
and study.
survival or investigation.
Well, I like the word investigation.
Yeah.
But
But
oh, that's fine. I'm gonna do investigation.
Yep.
Actually, survival. I have advantage on wisdom checks. Nat 20.
looking over the remains of these creatures, thinking back to the fight through the sleepy haze, but thinking back to it, you get the sense that these are an upper one, but they tend to work in groups. And I'll say with such a high roll, these are, whilst considerably stronger, almost like what you might consider the goblins of the Fae. They don't have any resistances or immunities. They are simply driven by feral instinct.
I see. Okay.
As you're all standing at the top of that platform, kind of able to see some of the flowers now around you, the tops of them open up. And you can see in a lot of those flowers a kind of central point where normally pollen would sit. There's this almost mucus-like membrane. Looks sickly, almost like a layer of honey or something. And you can see that there are remains of various creatures, specifically the bones, slowly being broken down within that membrane, almost like using it for fertilizer. As you're up there, taking some time, you watch one of them just finishes pulling in what looks like a boar skull, finishes using the last of that as fertilizer, and you watch the petals wrap around and the whole thing retreat back into the earth.
Oh. Interesting.
You know what it kind of feels like?
What?
The roots are the flower, and the flower's the root. You know how roots absorb nutrients in the soil? This is like the other way around. The flowers absorb the nutrients in the air.
Interesting.
At least that's the vibe I get.
I see what you mean.
It's very strange.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Merion is as much as I should talk on the Merion, it's fascinating and I'm interested to write about it and everything. So it's definitely interesting to learn these things.
Those creatures were surprisingly strong. When I tried to push it off the cliff, or our little grass cliff, it held its ground and I gave it a hefty push. The smaller creatures around these parts seem to be quite strong.
Oh, well, we are in their domain.
Yeah, it's also probably a reason why they have to be physically tough. Yeah. Well, we're lucky that we got a vantage point like this, such high ground. But in a sense, based on my studying, they're kind of just the goblins of this world. So as long as we play smart, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
I was going to say, I don't think I got too hurt other than the kick to the face.
Yeah, I got kicked in the spine. That wasn't great, but
I got sliced.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna sleep on that note.
Sweet dreams.
Yep, I will. No fireworks this time, please. As I close my eyes.
I'll try not to.
You settle back down for sleep. Lily gonna attempt a long rest as well while we're here?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
I'll keep an eye
Keep an eye.
out specifically for any more of those nasty red
Yeah.
caps.
Keep an eye out on the road, please.
Alright.
On the pan.
And the path.
Give me a perception check to see
Hard
how
to
this
miss.
sleep.
It's yellow. Made out of brick.
That's a 13.
13. Keep an eye out. Every so often on the periphery you see a bit of movement, and as the others get a few hours into their rest, you watch as maybe 300 feet away, on a more distant path from the one you're traveling on, you see what looks like an elk or a deer, big antlered creature, kind of walking through. You can see glistening white fur, almost like runic patterning coming out from their temples, up the antlers, and kind of down its head and across its back, kind of walking, taking a small sip from a spring or a pool. And you watch, maybe 70 feet down the path from it, another group of 5 or 6 of these creatures just
No!
rummaging down like piranhas with legs. These feral things kind of pushing over each other and somersaulting through the air to get distance. And as they approach this thing, you just see blood drawn as these sickles come down, boots impacting the side of this creature until it is bloody and dripping on the ground. And you watch as they look over it, kind of sinking in their kill. They get down, start eating, drinking. And at the end of their feast, they take those hats off of their heads and start smearing it through the blood, enriching that vibrant red color of their hoods, and then fit them back on and begin their rampage, continuing on through the forest. And then silence for a while as they continue through the woods.
That's just wild.
You get the sense that being out of their reach was very valuable during that fight. Your friends continue to rest, uninterrupted, and it's difficult to tell the passage of time here, but Lily eventually awakens, and by the time that Strider pulls from his slumber, it's likely sometime around noon, or what would have been noon, if there was time here. All of you sitting up on top of that little grass mound 30 feet in the air looking out on the forest. Lily and Strider gain a long rest, which will remove a level of exhaustion if you have.
Through like watching out for stuff, would I get a short rest?
Yeah, if you needed it.
Well,
Totally.
I want to get my superiority dice back.
Are the effects from the feast still active right now?
Barely.
Just.
Okay.
Again, like you feel like you're probably at about the midday point, so just after probably halfway. Of
Just
the
because our
effects.
max HP has been upped.
Yeah. So it'll probably remain until your next long rest. Be the easiest way to keep track of that.
See, then I'll jump to 75.
Ooh.
That's me after getting hit.
Yeah. Well, is the footpath still there?
Yep, you can see that it's patchy as it was, but still remains weaving through the forest. And as Yorna had noticed during your rest, there are other paths weaving through here, but you've got your one beneath you.
Trust this one.
I trust this one too. I mean, so far it hasn't been bad.
I pat the grass that we're on and see if it lowers.
It does not.
Oh, permanent hill now.
I have to say, this was genius.
I mean, you don't want to be in the thick of it.
Yeah, that was a very great idea. But how we sort of climb down?
Is there still like remains on the other, like with the red caps?
I mean, you can see those flowers that had picked them up still digesting what's left.
I like to try
Oh,
and like
no.
rip off like a finger or whatever there is. There's like a small like piece of their body.
Yeah. You kind of go over to the flower that's nearest your little mound and kind of pull it in your direction to where that entire flower top kind of leans in your direction. You're able to just kind of take a small sample from the corpse.
And just drop it below us. Okay, get ready to jump on the next one.
Okay.
As you let that hit the ground and a few moments pass. Again,
Oh.
the flower begins to emerge.
And then I would like to jump down at a safe distance as it grows.
So, as opposed to taking a 30-foot drop off of this mound, you're able to kind of jump 10 or 15 feet down onto the flower and then another 10 feet down onto the mound, and you all make your way down safely.
Can I grab a hat before I go down?
One of their caps?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, while Lily's got that flower there, you can whip that off.
I'm gonna fold it and put it in my bag.
Oh.
Might be useful.
You fold it up and put it in your pack and pull your hands back, and there's just a slight red stain to them.
So I witnessed something while I was on watch.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful deer-like creature. It had antlers, runes. It was gorgeous.
That sounds beautiful.
And then it was slaughtered
Oh,
by
okay.
a bunch of those goblins. And what they do is they take their caps off and they smear it in the blood.
Oh, that's why it's red.
And that is what you just put in your bag.
That's okay. It still might come in handy.
What if
Okay.
you put it on and try to make yourself smell like them?
No,
I
don't
was
do
if
that.
they come at us, I might have just put it on to make shoot them away. Wasn't my idea. You never know.
You
Just
and-
animal
you,
blood.
Okay.
you in a red hoodie.
Yeah,
I don't vibe with that.
Join the red caps.
What if it dyes your white hair red?
Oh no.
Well, there's worse
Wow.
things.
It's pretty good color.
Cool.
I
No,
don't.
he's
Well,
considering
no,
it now.
not red and white though. Look like a candy cane.
And the green Christmas.
And the green. Oh my god, no.
Dude, it's only like a little bit of red where it kind of looks pinkish.
Oh no. Oh god. Please no. All right. I might take the lead on the path for now.
Okay.
I take the lead. Usually my skills and looking out.
For those long rests, by the way, can everyone mark off a ration, please?
Ah, yes. What else, Sean?
And I'll bring up the rear for
Yeah.
our marching order.
Okie dokie.
17 right.
Where is my rations?
You continue along this path for another few hours, feeling better rested, and continuing forward, kind of over the most hilly patch of this flower forest. And as you kind of come down the other side of that patch of hills, those red flowers still looming above you, gently swaying in this almost seemingly like artificial breeze. You can see that the path splits off before you, to your left and continuing on slightly to the right. What would be the approach?
I draw my Marquise blade.
Mhm.
I put it in the ground, not deep,
Yeah.
and I let it drop.
Okay.
Fun.
It stays in still.
Just middle.
Uh,
If
Roll,
it did that, I'm sorry, I would be so pissed if it just hovered in the middle.
do you want to roll a d6 for me?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
We'll randomize it.
5.
5. You let it there for a moment. Falls to the left.
We're going left.
What?
So down. It's whimsical.
How is that whimsical?
It's a randomizer.
Is there like anything that makes these two paths look different, or do they like look identical?
Give me an investigation check.
7.
7. Look identical. Doesn't seem to be any differentiation. It's just whatever way you want to go.
So I just starts walking backwards down the path. Come on, guys, this way.
Back.
Yeah, I'm walking facing you guys.
All
Gotta
right.
go with the flow, apparently.
I want to stand towards the right and try and feel out the path ahead, whether it is cold or not.
Give me an insight check.
Insight. Bad insight. 11.
11. Kind of stand there for a moment, Let the whims of the forest kind of flow in your direction. There's something to the right. A chill, but you're not sure if it's the chill of snow and ice or something a bit more metaphorical.
And then I like to do the same for the lift.
Give me an insight check.
Yeah. Ooh, better. I believe. Plus 5. So 18.
18. There seems to be a warmth washing down that left-hand path, but there is this slight current of a chill that follows it.
Can I discern if the chill is more elemental or more magic?
Definitely a mixture of both, but it feels more elemental than the path to the right.
Left.
It's legit the way I already said.
I was just double checking.
You don't trust my navigation skills?
You know what?
No.
I think both methods have some
Like, yes and no.
validity.
Well, I'm pretty
Validity?
good at, I'm pretty
That's
good
the
at
one.
tracking things and all that, but it just doesn't really work in this world. If we learn anything so far, is every area has their own unique thing, right?
Or it could just be that these two paths meet back up and it doesn't matter.
If it really helps, I
Maybe.
can. And they all go the same direction, roughly.
I
assume
think
it's
we'll
gonna
be fine. We
yeah,
can't overthink it. Let's just go.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's just go.
I will use primeval awareness to calm everyone's nerves. It shows me 1 mile radius of me for 1 minute. Aberration, Celestial, Dragon, Elementals, Fae, Fiend, Undead.
You sense elemental and fey.
Sweet.
Element.
I sense Elementals
Wow.
this way.
Do you by any chance sense Fae as well?
Weirdly, yes.
Strange.
My necklace just constantly. There's a slight buzz always.
Does that ever get annoying?
Yes.
Can you use it like a massager?
It's not that powerful. It's
Also
just
not
like
big enough.
if a creature comes like 30 feet with me, then it starts going a bit haywire.
Ah.
All right, onwards.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
lead
you're
the
in
way.
front. Yes.
And bring up the
You
rear.
continue forward down that left-hand path. Takes you the most part of your day's journey. But as you're getting to the point that you're starting to think that you'll probably need another rest, in the distance you can see those red flowers give way to pops of vibrancy and color. The same tree-sized flowers, but yellows and blues and oranges, and a much more varied expanse leaving the Scarlet Hollow. And on the very edges of your vision, and that slight chill that you felt kind of washes through. At this point it feels almost like morning breeze, that kind of chill on the air in the morning. Very similar feeling to when you were at the Titan's Hand and that dew began to form on the webs. At the edges of your vision, you can see the smaller flowers, more normal sized, sprouting from the earth. All seem to house big droplets of water, like morning dew that just grows and grows until eventually the surface tension breaks and it splashes down the side of these flowers. But for the ones that are still holding those large droplets, they almost glisten like small gems. The subtle twilight refracted through them like crystals. At the end of your day's journey, looking, a few more hours wander down the path towards that area. I reckon we'll leave the session there and pick up, exiting the Scarlet Hollow into the Dewdrop Sanctuary next session.
That sounds nice.
Sanctuary.
That sounds so nice.